Hey everyone, I'm here at the World Economic Forum where the world's preeminent thought leaders, government officials, and top executives are gathering to discuss the world's most pressing problems. And today I have an interview with a very special someone, Neal, the CEO of YouTube. All right, Neal, thank you so much for taking the time to talk today.
Of course, it's great to be here with you.
My audience, mainly consists of high school students and college students.
Yeah,
and
lots of them.
Yes. And you have a very impressive track record. You studied electrical engineering at Stanford, then you went into the consulting world, then you went into the startup world, and slowly you made your way up to becoming the CEO of YouTube. During your time at Stanford, I'm sure you took many rigorous courses. So what is your one best study tip?
Wait till the very last minute. No. I think for me, if I had to pick, kind of just reflecting back on things, for me, it was actually figuring out what time of day I'm most productive. And for me, that made a really big impact, and just realizing that certain times of day worked better for me, whether it was, a difficult science class or whether it was just writing or whatever I needed to do. Spend some time reflecting on when you're at your most productive, because I think that is different for everyone.
No, I completely agree. You studied electrical engineering and you quickly found yourself into the business world. I think it's interesting how your path quickly changed. So what advice do you have for young people who maybe don't know exactly what they want to do or what they want to study?
Yeah, that's what I would say there is, and this is certainly my experience, is that the reality is that as you progress through your career, the specific skills that you learned, whether it's in college or high school or what have you, are going to be less important than the broader skills that you learn. So yes, I studied electrical engineering, I took a lot of computer science classes, but what was more important, at least in my experience, in terms of what came out of them, were things like analytical skills or how do you make decisions and things like that, which were required for electrical engineering, but were not specifically what electrical engineering was about. And so if you're trying to figure that out, my advice would be to actually pick something that you're genuinely interested in and that you care deeply about, because that's what you're going to be good at.
Yep.
And it's going to be more important about the broader skills that you pick up through that particular subject, as opposed to that very specific subject matter, because the world around us is changing so dramatically, and the chances are that you're doing exactly that same thing 2 decades into the future of your career is very low.
That completely makes sense. And I think what you just touched upon about career progression directly leads into my next question. So what advice do you have for young people who are looking to quickly progress in their careers? And I'd love it if you could touch upon this balance between technical ability, soft skills, and even luck.
Yeah, look, I think that I personally think that luck plays a big part in everything that we all do throughout our lives. But if I were to say the right way to sort of think about this, again, is just going back to the basics, which is you're going to be spending a lot of time working, growing your career, what have you. So you might as well do it in something that you're passionate about, that you're interested in. And that's probably the most important advice that I wish someone gave me when I was young, and what I try to tell people just as they're getting started in their careers.
Oh, that completely makes sense, and I really do appreciate that. And so Neal, to wrap this up, I'm sure you have an extremely packed schedule most days of the week. What is your best piece of time management advice?
So the most important thing I can say about that is anybody who tells you that they have that 100% figured out is lying to you. But what I would say is that I like to be pretty disciplined about organizing the chunks of my day and my week. That doesn't mean that things don't change. You have to be flexible. There's always stuff going on. I can't predict every single thing that's going to happen over the course of a workday, but I do like to have it structured in a way in terms of slots that are going to be things like product reviews or business reviews or one-on-ones or what have you, and try to structure that broadly throughout the week and create enough flex in that system so that you're able to manage your time when things come up. And then of course, it goes without saying that it's not just about what you're doing in work. It's about all the other things that you have in life, obligations, fun things to do. And so finding a way to actually manage that time, because nobody's actually going to carve that off for you.
Yeah.
So you have to do that yourself.
Yep, I completely agree. I feel like time blocking and sort of just making time for, what's important for you, and both work and life is super important.
Yeah, and you have to invest in it for yourself.
Exactly. Well, Neal, thank you so much for taking the time today. Honestly, your insights are super valuable and super helpful for my audience. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's great to be here.